Piece chapter 1060 dropped, and there's a lot of stuff to talk about. These last few chapters have been so packed with stuff that happened. It's like so crazy to break down and do all this stuff. But let's hop right into the chapter and what happens. And if you guys like the video, just subscribe. It takes 1 second. But back to the video and this whole breakdown. The first thing that I want to talk about is Luffy. The chapter starts off kind of hot, where Luffy gets the news because Robin's reading like the news out loud, and it's about Sabo killing King Cobra, and it's exactly what most people thought. Luffy does not believe it at all. Luffy is over here literally screaming like Sabo would never do that. We're all raised differently. Like Sabo would never kill King Cobra. Like why would he do that? And Robin even says like, yeah, like why would the revolutionary kill a king? Like that doesn't make any sense. Which doesn't make any sense. Sabo didn't kill King Cobra, and I think it's proven on later on inside the chapter 2, and I definitely get into that. But I felt like, and then Luffy, being him, he wants to go right to Alabasta right away, but Zoro's like, yo, that's not gonna do anything. King Cobra is dead already, and Vivi's not even there, so what's the point of us going there? He was like, we might as well go to Marijoa where Vivi was last seen. That would make more sense. Then we get everybody in the crew is worried about Vivi, Nami. Everybody's crying. Nami's crying, Sanji's crying, Luffy's crying, and Zoro's like, Luffy, you remember when Ace was going through whatever he had to go through? Like, you have to remember, like, you said Ace was fine until he like truly needed help with the whole Marineford thing. That's why I like Zoro. Like Zoro's like, he just like keeps everybody's head on like a swivel. Like he's so good for like keeping everybody in check, and then everybody makes fun of Zoro, call him like a meanie. Somebody, the one I like the most is when somebody called him Green Kaido. That was funny. But yeah, but Luffy just being Luffy, jumping the gun, and then Robin keeps on reading the newspaper, and she's like, oh Luffy, like there's a lot more like people that we know on his newspaper. Like do you want me to tell you? And he's like, nah, just tell me if like something big comes up again, like the whole Sabo situation. She's like, oh, okay. Just Luffy just being typical Luffy. Then we jump straight to the Marines, and with the Marines, they're trying to intercept the call Sabo's doing with the revolutionary, because you could tell Sabo is in some type of panic when he calls, and he's not even using a white snail so that the call gets jammed and nobody could block it, because he's clearly in a panic and he doesn't have much time to talk. So we see the Marines do pinpoint his location. He's at Lucia Kingdom, where it was one of the 8 nations who did a rebellion. So it makes sense for Sabo to be there just to lay low a little bit. So he's there and he's calling the revolutionary, and he's saying like, yo, like, you know where the empty throne is? And like Marijoa, he's like, yo, it's not empty. I saw somebody sitting there. Like there was clearly somebody there. And then it cuts to Imu, and there's this giant cloud in the sky. It's like a giant shadow, and we see Sabo trying to basically tell them that like the person who was in the seat, and this also could lead to, he probably saw Imu kill King Cobra too. That's why he's like, yeah, I didn't kill King Cobra. Like he saw the person who did it, even though he doesn't like know who Imu is, but he'll just like tell like, yo, this is this person who did it. But then Imu, it shows his eyes again, like they always do, just his eyes, and we see a giant beam just come from the heavens, and it just destroys Lucia Kingdom. Like it just vanishes. And this just brings up what happens. Well, this just shows me that this could have what happened to God Valley, because you remember after God Valley, it just randomly disappeared, and it got taken off the maps and everything. Imu or whatever they just did just erased a whole place. So the same thing could have happened to God Valley, like every year that was like 38 years ago or something like that in One Piece. Yeah, the same thing could happen to God Valley. Or I saw I was doing like some research for this video, or like just seeing what people were saying. People were saying it could have been a weapon that they used to do that. So, but I think it makes more sense that it would be Imu, because it shows Imu's face and everything, and then it just power just comes. But now this raises the question, Imu is clearly leagues above everybody now. If Emu could do that, then Emu's definitely final boss. Forget Blackbeard or people thinking Shanks is evil. None of that. Emu's definitely final boss. But the real question is Sabo dead a third time? Like, is Sabo really dead this time, or is just another fake out? Because if it's another fake out, I'd be like, oh, okay. But if Sabo's really dead this time, I wouldn't know how to feel. I feel like Sabo being dead is just crazy and happened really fast. And I don't know how he would survive it, because I'm put the panel up, of course, but it's like, it's literally a giant nuke. Like, I don't know how anybody could survive that. Like, I don't care if he's a Logia, whatever, like he could phase or whatever, like do anything, but no, I can't see Sabo surviving this. So it would be crazy if Sabo's really dead this time. I really don't. And we cut to a few days after that happened. We go back to the Straw Hats, and they're in like this crazy snow kind of tsunami thing, and there's this giant like whirlpool in the air, and we see Zoro cut it, and we see Jewelry Bonnie come out, and she's part of the old she's part of the new generation 320 billion bounty, which is interesting. So I want to see what's about to happen now. This chapter was pretty good. It wasn't, I want to say it was better than the last two chapters, but it's still really good. I really want to see what's gonna happen with Sabo, and with Sabo even just like saying all that and him not being able to finish what he said. I think it still gives the revolutionaries a idea of what happened to like King Cobra, and like there's definitely somebody bigger in play, and it lets them know, so that's good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the chapter. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and peace.